Next, we have ionization of metals and non-metals. One thing you need to know that metals always lose electron and non-metals always gain electrons. All metals lose electron to other atoms to become positively charged ions. For example, in periodic table group number 1, 2, and 3, and also your transition metals, they all lose electrons. अगर हम non metals को देखें, all non metals only gain electrons to form other atoms to become negatively charged ions. For example, group number 5, 6, and 7. These are your non metals, and these are your metals. So metals are always going to lose electrons and get a positive charge, +1, +2, +3. Non-metals are always going to gain electrons and get a charge of -1, -2, or -3. The positive and negative charges are held together by the strong electrostatic forces of attraction between opposite charges, and this is what holds the ionic compounds together. Now, there's also a force of attraction that holds these ions together, and we call it the electrostatic attraction. What is electrostatic attraction? It is the attraction between positive and negative ions. The forces between positive and negative ions are the attractive forces, and we call it the electrostatic forces of attraction between unlike charges. These are unlike charges, these are different charges. We call them electrostatic forces of attraction. For example, what holds sodium chloride together? What is sodium chloride? NaCl. The formula for sodium chloride is NaCl, sodium chloride. How are these two held together? How is sodium chloride held together? We know that Na has a charge of +1, chlorine has a charge of -1. One of it is positively charged and one of it is negatively charged. Sodium was positive, chlorine was negative. And we just said that when one of them is positive and when one of them is negative, there's going to be a strong electrostatic force of attraction between the unlike charges. So there's a force of attraction as well. Electrostatic force of attraction are present between sodium ion and the chlorine ions, which is holding these together. We know that how was the bond formed? Basically, sodium lost one electron to complete its outermost shell, and the lost electron was gained by chlorine because chlorine had an electronic configuration of 287 and it needed one electron. That one electron came from sodium because sodium had an electronic configuration of 281 and it gave its electron to chlorine so it could complete its outermost shell. Now the new electronic configuration of sodium from 281 was 28, and the new electronic configuration of chlorine from 287 was 288. This is how the electrostatic force of attraction hold these ionic compounds together. For example, MgCl2, any ionic compound. What is an ionic compound? When a metal reacts with a non-metal. Metal has a positive charge, non-metal has a negative charge, and there is always electrostatic force of attraction between those opposite charges.